Guys, today's a huge day for a friend of mine, Jack Weaver. I've known him since the late 70s, raced with him since the early 80s, all the way from the amateur classes, expert, and then vet classes. And he didn't have a 401k, but he had over 400k worth of motorcycles, and that was his retirement. And he's selling them today all at auction. There's a whole bunch of memorabilia here. This is like a complete time machine, time capsule. This collection he has here. Hodakas, Honda, Suzuki's, Yamahas, Kawasaki's, Pentons, everything. A lot of racing machines, KTM's. He was a motocross guy, so of course that's what you're going to see a lot of here. But he was into the Enduros, the Yamaha 100. You got the first year monoshock Yamaha right here. A lot of Bultacos, like this Alpina, and this Penton right here. There's some beautiful stuff. Here's a Harley Davidson Baja 100. Love these. These are super cool. Really like these a lot. And the Yankee Z. This is a two OSA 250 cylinders put into a chassis to form a 500cc twin. It's an incredible collection. There's rooms and rooms and rooms of these beautiful bikes here. So stay tuned, guys. Here's a really cool classic Triumph. Now, most of these bikes, I talked to Jack, he said they haven't run in 35 years. So bid accordingly. He owns such a big collection and he's one guy. He stored these in a barn. I'd been to the barn before, and they're high and dry up in the hayloft, and the roof didn't leak, so they stayed pretty nice. But they've been, they're going to need the attention and care that a bike that's been sitting for 35 years needs. But Jack is a professional painter. I think he's 64 or 65 right now. Jack Weaver, and he ran a race team. Well, not really a race team, more of a club called Team Bud Racing, and he always ran the number 4. Originally number 40, but we used to have a lot of fun at the races, partying after the races. And Jack was the only dude I ever know who got married at the Southwick National Track on the spectator jump. His love for her may not have lasted forever, but his love for motorcycles sure did. And Jack, through his entire career, collected and restored these vintage motorcycles using all the skills he learned as a privateer racer, rebuilding his own bikes, and all the skills as a painter to do some really cool stuff like restore this Mickey Andrews replica. And his hallmark is like he likes to do, because he's a painter, he does a lot of cool colors and and so some are original restorations or original unrestored, like this DKW, and others will be like this Penton right here, the Jack Penton. This was actually Jack Penton's motorcycle. This was raced in the 49th International 6-day trials. This bike has a history. Then you got some really cool stuff like this Red Rocket right here. The Fox air shocks on it. Bridgestone tires. Just a beautiful bike. Just beautiful. That's Jack in the background there. Hopefully we'll get a chance to put him on camera right here. Look at this OSA right here. OSA Scrambler. RM 125 Suzuki. That thing's beautiful. Penton. Restored Penton. Trophy Trail Triumph. Here's another Baja. Like I said, I really like these bikes. I think it looks cooler with the high fender than the low fender, but this is what they came with one year, and the second year they came with this right here. So here's a beauty. Look at this one right here. The ones that have 40 on them, these are bikes that Jack actually raced competitively, and he's actually won some expert or pro vintage races and, of course, vet races and a bunch of races to make it up through novice, amateur, expert. So he's raced his whole life, and then got into running marathons of all things after retiring from a career of motocross. Usually our knees are too wasted, but somehow he had the ability to block out the pain and continue doing his thing, running. Still does it to this day. Lives in Florida in the winter times and is up here restoring cars and bikes and painting and doing stuff like that. Here's a really cool Puke. This is a cool Triumph single cylinder 500. Here's another really cool piece. This is a YZ125 with the 43mm Kayaba forks. This is like a works bike would have looked back in the day, like Bob the Hurricane Hanna would have ridden something like this. This is just a really cool piece. Really nice. Here's a Mako MC400, another beauty. This is a cool piece, Kawasaki twin cylinder 250. As you can see, there's a penchant more towards dirt than street, but a lot of enduro bikes, on off-road bikes. So this is a Norton 750RR that I believe the story with this is he paid a friend to build this for him who was an engine builder, and I guess he put a lot of money into it. I heard he put $5,000 into the engine alone, so it's not just a pretty face. This thing's set up with racing shocks and everything you need to go armor racing, competitively. This is another cool piece. I'd been to Jack's house and his mom's house and the barn that he had stored all this stuff in. This is a surf racing replica. They're the detergent team that they sold, obviously, laundry detergent, and they sponsored motocross riders. So for years, I bought surf detergent only because they supported the sport that I loved. I don't even know if it was good detergent, but I didn't give a shit. They're sponsoring riders I knew and liked. So this is a really cool piece. It's got the aluminum tank. This is like a factory works bikes. I think this one is a 93. I could be wrong, but kick-ass piece. A lot of Pentons. Jack's 65, so when he was a little kid, these were the bikes that were dominating off-road. This classic iron. Here's another beauty. Look at this one right here. Wow, that thing is beautiful. The polished aluminum rims. Look at the rims on this thing. Damn, son. Look at this. That's a pretty motorcycle. This one right here has already bid. There's a lot of online bidders. Jay Wood's been in business 40 years, so people all over the world are bidding at this auction. And there'll be hundreds of people here. I got here at 7 o'clock in the morning. The second they opened, I was one of the first people in here. I got the 38-foot trailer outside. We're seeing if we can maybe buy a few bikes. This bike already bid up to $9,200. Highly collectible, Harley Davidson, AMF 250. This one has the original Harley Davidson branded front fender, I do believe. I think that's the original. I'm not positive, but I know the original fenders are worth an obscene amount of money. Like north of $1,000 for each fender, if you can even find one. I don't know if Jack's painted these or not, but sure is a beautiful piece. Really well done. Beautiful bike. Gotta check the frame rails though, son. Here's a Husqvarna 360C. This is like the Malcolm Smith. These are the round barrel ones from 69, 70, and 71. We've done a bunch of those. In fact, I have one in my showroom right now, a 72 version. This is a confused Can-Am. Doesn't know if it wants to be green or blue or purple or lime green. I don't know, but I'm not sure what the story is behind this, but it's one of Jack's race bikes, and maybe he had some extra paint around. I don't know. This thing really caught my eye. This bike left a huge memory on a little kid. I was 9 years old at Middleborough in 1974, and I saw this bike, or one exactly like it, competing with a field of Elsinore two-strokes and Suzukis and Yamahas, and it is loud. It's a 500cc BSA engine in a, I think it's a Chini frame, or maybe CCM made it. I don't know the whole history of it, but I know they're highly collectible. This is another cool piece. This is a Daytona Special 400 kind of a Bitsa bike that's got like a aftermarket tank on it. Gold DLC coated forks. Kind of a cool looking piece. Sweet looking Cowie 250 Enduro. That thing's beautiful. We got a Hodaka Pabatco, the Pacific Basin Trading Company. PABATCO Hodaka. 1971. Cool bike. It's a Super Rat. Look at that, huh? What a cool bike. This is a nice bike too, a little Suzuki 125. This is a twin cylinder, horizontal cylinder, dual exhaust, two-stroke, street legal. This one ought to probably ring the bell. Here, this one's XR500. You all know what that is. Another early Yamaha DT250, Kawasaki 250. This is the world's fastest dirt bike to this day. Clocked at 123.75 miles an hour by Cycle World, or was it dirt bike? I don't remember. It was 40 years ago, but on the beach, and the dude laid flat on the seat, flat with his legs out that way, and they geared it up, made a couple changes, but it was essentially a stock motorcycle, and it, to this day, as far as I know, holds the land world speed record in that category. Make no mistake, these KTM's got some serious torque and horsepower. This massive knobby on this thing ought to be a clue. What a cool piece. Very nice. Let's see if it kicks over. Oh, it kicks over. It's got a lot of compression. Thought it was seized at first, but it's just such a high compression big bore, it wouldn't kick over. Check this out. It's a beautiful Taco Sherpa S. What a beautiful piece with a racing exhaust pipe on it. Really nice. Really nice. Check out this Yamaha. I think that's a 360 RT1, 1971. Black with the red pinstripe, repainted by Jack. This was originally a street bike, enduro, set up for motocross, because back then Yamaha didn't even make a motocross bike in 71. They didn't start making motocross only bikes until a couple years after that. There's a Penton 6-Day 125. And there's another Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know what you call it, but Team New England, Jack number 4. I mean, to have the peace of mind to hang on to these bikes for an entire lifetime is really something pretty cool. Jack's had a lot of these bikes for 40 years. They're over 35, 40 years. He kept most of his bikes. I think he sold a few, but he kept most of them. There's a really nice piece, Kawasaki KDX 200. Jeff Fredette won a bunch of championships on these over the years. There's a beautiful Yamaha MX 250. This might have been the first year of the true motocross bike. This is either 73, maybe 74. It was amazing how fast the technology increased from this right here to, he has a 74, 75 monoshock version somewhere around here. I don't know where it is. We'll have to go snoop around, see if we can find it. That's a beautiful trophy trail 500 with the aluminum tank. That's a kick-ass piece too. So let's see if we can find that Yamaha. There's a couple more rooms here, so stick with me, guys. Oh, how did I miss this one? I saw this at Jack's mom's house maybe 10 years ago. This thing like had me at hello. I really, really like this bike a lot. This is a Rickman Matisse with the original paint on it. It's actually a gel coat. I'm 95% sure it's original paint. Beautifully restored rim, gold chain. The chain got a little rusty because it was in a shed basically behind his mom's house, but the original nickel plating on this thing, very, very, very cool piece. The colors. This would have been a dream bike for the privateer racer back in the late, I think early 70s is probably when this thing was built. As a B50, I think it's a B50 MX 500cc. Does that say B? Oh my God. B50V. I have to put my glasses on, right? I see it. B50T. But and they cut every other cylinder fin off, so it just looks badass. It's a big 500cc thumper. Very cool bike. Here's another beauty. Penton 6-Day. Very, very nice. Some absolutely stunning bikes here. I don't know if the shocks are too long on this one. It looks like it's got like 18 inches of travel, or whether the forks don't have enough travel on them. But it looks a little. This one looks like it's got a little like a kind of going like that, like a drag race car. What are they? Temporary display strut. What does that mean? The shock?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's got the wrong shocks on there. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. So in the back room here, a bunch more beauties. There's room after room. Here's a DKW, a BSA. Really nice little piece. Here's another Penton.
Yep.
Honda SL350. This is a really cool piece. This is, as far as I know, I'm not much into, I don't know a whole lot about flat track history, but from what I know, this was a production made in Spain, Taco, a factory race bike that they sold to the public. Made in Spain, Spanish Motorcycle Owners Group, and they sold these to the public in limited quantities. And Jack went the extra mile on the restoration of this one. He's got Conan the Barbarian there on the back with his woman. Very cool. Here's another one of Jack's race bikes, number 40. Just a beautiful, beautiful classic Yamaha. I think that's a 79 long travel suspension. He raced this thing, so I guarantee you this thing's dialed in for racing. There's the Yankee Z. Mako 400, the Hodaka 100. I think that's a 100. Yep. Husqvarna, I think it's a 76 twin shock. This thing caught my eye, man. I saw the pictures beforehand, but I hadn't seen this one before. This was Jack had bikes everywhere. He had them at his friends' houses and all over the place. And this is Suzuki T500, twin cylinder, 2-stroke, road rocket. Here's another twin shock, Works Performance shocks. Very cool racing bike that Jack raced. We got a Boltaco over here. So if I bought these bikes, if I buy any of these like this one here, I'm not sure if I'd want to restore it or leave it. Or you guys can mention in the comments, would you rather buy this because I'm going to buy them and get them running? A lot of these haven't run in 35 years. A lot of them might need a top end or ignition. I'm sure they all need a carb work. They need a carb clean, like all the ones on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook Marketplace, right? So, but the chain's kind of ratty. He raced this thing in it, So probably put new tires, chains, and sprockets. But would you want to buy it with the original little bit of wear on it with the stickers he had on it racing, or would you want it restored? Either way, we'll go through them and I'll get to play with them and share with you guys and ride them and share with you guys the finished product. Because hearing them run really is the proof in the pudding. I don't know if they have bad transmissions. The auction is as is, where is. So if you buy 10 bikes and 4 of them have bad cranks, you're basically screwed. But there's no warranty or anything. It's just take it and get out. But when we sell the bikes, we go through them and we'll completely restore the bike, and that's what we do. We restore them to museum quality and find them new homes. Some of these are already in museum quality, but the question remains to me. They haven't run in some of them 35 years, like Jack said. What is it going to need to resurrect it? And are you going to have dried out gaskets and stuck rings and God knows what else? But we have a full restoration shop and of course boring machines, so we can bore cylinders and rebuild transmissions and replace crank seals and whatever the hell they need, right? That's what we'll do. So yeah, we got a stack of tires here too. It's got a Husqvarna over here, an Osa, some parts bikes like this little QA, a couple QAs, a Rickman, a Penton. Yeah, a lot of cool bikes. Husqvarna, Yamaha. Some real doozies. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be bidding on you soon.
That bike?
The Harley Davidson, yeah.
The Harley?
Yeah, the bidding on the Harley already went over 10 grand.
Is it?
We almost missed the back room here. Look at this thing. Honda 750 Road Racer with the stupid Hertz Honda decal on it. Set up for vintage road racing. That thing's pretty cool. Here's a really nice piece. I kind of like this thing. It's a CB125 S model. Very nice. It's got 2,846 miles on it. Hasn't run in a long time, but I think she'd clean up like a new penny with a little bit of love, Very nice. Another strap tank YZ, or it might have called it an MX back then. Might have been the MX, but lot number 63. That's a cool bike. Penton 6-day 125, 1968. That's a beauty. This one right here, this Yamaha strap tank, was signed by Jammin' Jimmy Weiner, one of the top pro riders from the 70s and early 80s. This twin cylinder Yamaha. That's a cool piece right there. Really nice. Wowza. Air suspension has temporary display strut. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so there might be something. Yeah, that something holding it up. So the air shock probably needs a rebuild. Really cool. Love the color on this thing. This one was signed by Chuck's son. I got a picture of Chuck's son wheeling a bike just like this up the hill at Unadilla during the parade lap with no helmet on, which is pretty cool. I'd like to take this one home if I could. Here's a beauty. Look at this BSA 650 Firebird Scrambler. That's a beautiful motorcycle. Wow. Penton 6-day 125 from Betancourt's. Another ISDT, 48th ISDT. The Betancourt's big racing family in New England has sponsored JoJo Keller and a bunch of other riders over the years. I remember seeing JoJo bomb around in his purple jersey racing the factory riders. JoJo was always a big guy and one hell of a talented rider. Love the colors of this red and white. This is beautiful. Beautifully done. Love the paint on this thing. First or second year Yamaha strap tank. First or second year monoshock. This is one I was looking for that shows you the difference when they went from the twin shock to the single shock. Very, very cool. Whole bunch of tires. Shitload of tires. Wow, Jack had quite a collection of tires. My goodness. I'm not sure what size they are. 110, 100 by 18. Wow, Kazowie. A lot of tires. Holy moly, look at all these tires. My God. That's a lot of tires. Look at all these. Midas. I never heard of Midas. Usually don't like buying used tires because of the date codes or even new old stock tires, because sometimes I'll have to check the date codes, but if they're more than a few years old, they start getting hard. And I know on my race bikes, I used to always want ones that were less than 6 months old, if that, because they're fresh rubber right out of the press. Really hook up in the corners. But stay tuned. We'll have some information. This is Steve McQueen. Escape on 2 wheels. Goes with this bike right here. This is very similar to the one that he raced. I got to get ready to bid. It starts in like 40 minutes. Thanks for watching. God bless America. Good luck to Jack. It is 401k here in the form of a bunch of beautiful motorcycles. It's got to be well over, I don't know, if I had to guess, it's over probably $500,000 worth of bikes here, maybe more, who knows. Haven't added it up, but a lot of nice bikes.